Hello folks, welcome to another Bitcoin market analysis by Inspocrypto. Ooh. Yes, today a little bit different because it's a different day. I will try to make a very quick overview because I can understand sometimes I'm mixing to bring some valuable information to you. But some of you are claiming, hey, it takes too much. I can't stay here for 1 hour to hear. Well, and that's why I'm separating content in different chapters. So if you don't want and need the initial comment, just skip it. That's the nice thing of a digital video. You can do that with just a blink of an eye. So it's really possible, just try it. It will work. However, I will try to make it short today because it's a very exciting day. I don't think today everything will happen, what bears dream every night. It's a process, and we have started with this process. One thing I'm noticing is algos on SPX and SPY are working very well. We know that when DXY, and we are reaching here 109.5 is my expected bounce area. So we are very close. We can go a little bit more down with DXY, and that should give SPY and SPX a little bit more space to the upside. So for example here 3,850 or here 385. That should be it. Afterwards down. But the most interesting part is that Bitcoin is doing absolutely something different. So they are using the algos to push up, but market maker entities, for example, are pushing down very hard. They are distributing even more. So that's something that's really crazy what's happening at the moment, because that will flip to the downside while this will flip to the upside, and the algos will start to sell once again. What will happen then? Well, in my opinion, nothing that should satisfy any bulls, in my opinion. I think that's just the start, and in my opinion, as soon the algos starts to flip, because DXY will flip, will bounce, will go up, Bitcoin will, like as mentioned and expected, nuke. Because what we are seeing is nothing to what I'm expecting. Not talking about potentially any price level, just about volume and dynamics, volatility, and so on and so forth. So you see that DXY, SPY is doing what I'm expecting, and SPX as well, while Bitcoin is not recovering at all. So not good at all. But let us start and see. Well, I mean, the first time after few days, almost a week, the weights ratio 1 day dumped to 39. However, it doesn't have any big impact at the moment, at least yet, and it should start to go down a little bit, indicating they stop with their preparation. Usually after preparation, or while they are preparing, we should see some impact to the price, and that's what's happening at the moment. But we are talking about a big operation here, in my opinion, very similar to what we have seen in June. So if we are talking about June, for example, it would, well, we are talking about 10,000, 12,000 or something. But as mentioned also yesterday, as lower we go, bigger the volume, because cheaper Bitcoin, you can buy for your budget even more Bitcoins. So that's why I'm expecting a rising volume, a big one. And usually when we see a big volume, we need to be extremely careful, because that's one characteristic of, for example, also a spring. So if we maintain a little bit a bullish bears, that could be helpful, because the spring would be, the firework to complete the bear market and then go up. Even macroeconomics, even geopolitics, even and so on and so forth didn't change yet. The only thing that could be a changer or a key could be the midterm elections in the US, and we need to see. It's just at the moment just too early to make any comments on it. So if we go forward, we can see what's happening, for example, to the wealth ratio 1 hour. And you know what that means. Usually I would expect, and I mean, we did here such kind of double bottom, so I would be extremely careful to start to short here, to be honest. I would wait a little bit to get a retest, and after the retest, if it failed, just to go in, for example. We will make this in my personal conclusion at the end. However, usually that means that whales wants to let the price once again go up. So potentially go up means here, and then finally let the price go down, just to generate more longs at the end and to liquidate them, because they liquidated a lot of shorts but not longs. And that's what I mentioned also in previously in my analysis, that usually they clean up for all trades that potentially can take profit as soon as the price goes down. And that's usually happens with short. So the best thing you can do in that moment is to liquidate all shorts. When you see the shorts are liquidated, then just to push the price down. It's healthy for centralized exchanges, those who are bleeding like hell at the moment, and we are talking about a potential. So Inspocrypto shares information that I read on Twitter, but I also mention if I can verify the information or I can't. At the moment, I can't verify the information. I checked, thanks to followers and to all your support and information you forward to me, but I also have checked, for example, every Ethereum wallets related to FTX, and it doesn't look great at all. Absolutely not. We are talking about less than 40 millions USDT or less than 2 millions of USDC. Bitcoin minus balance, something that it's almost impossible in my opinion. I don't know how a negative balance should work. But however, and we have almost 9,000 Ethereum on FTX wallets. So we are talking about extremely low levels. But to be honest, at the same time, we have also noticing, or at least on Twitter, they shared Kobe. I think Kobe was the first one indicating that Alameda was shorting all in with low leverage Ethereum. So potentially a bank run, I don't know. Maybe they are shifting all assets to Alameda, but why? I don't know. I really don't know. So we need to see. At the same time, the first signals are coming in that potentially bank running could happen on Coinbase as well, because they are taking out a lot of stablecoins, just 500 millions, for example, in the last 24 hours. Also here, I can't verify it, but I'm sharing this information. I'm taking into account this information. I have this information in my mind while I'm analyzing the markets. Sometimes you have correlations and context, and that's extremely helpful then, just to make it clear. So wealth ratio, 30 hours moving average, also here indicating went up, that initiated the downward trend. Then they chilled a little bit, so as you can see, absolutely not aggressive at all. And then they pushed once again to bring the price straight down, and afterwards they were absolutely, I mean, we are talking still about a level of 80%. That's still too high, but indicating they are sending less bitcoins right now to centralized exchanges. If we take a look, for example, to stablecoin reserves on centralized exchanges, it's lifting up, not that big. Oh, sorry, that's the supply. It's not the yellow line is the reserves on centralized exchanges. The blue one is just the supply. So the supply is lifting up, usually indicating they are minting stablecoins at the moment. But as mentioned, at the same time, the reserves are maintaining. So no big cap coming in, or the net flow at the moment maintains neutral, indicating, yeah, some people are minting stablecoins. We are not talking about, well, that's almost 1 billion, so it's not that low, but I don't know if they are using it. It seems not, or in case of, because I'm also noticing all the time bigger stablecoin outflows. So when the net flow is neutral, means someone is sending 1 billion, maybe even an exchange to refill their reserves, while whales, for example, or even also centralized exchanges, sending stablecoins back to treasury, for example. That's something we need to see, and that's also a process we need to track. That's it. Let us go forward. So what we see, and that's very interesting, that stablecoins came in. We will see how much. That's kind of absorb preparations, right? We are not talking about strong hands absorbing from weak hands, because retailers are not really selling, but whales. So the strong hands are selling and the weak hands are buying at the moment. Not only, of course not, because just to absorb all these bitcoins, you need also cap, and not only retailers, because we are missing a lot. But if I check, for example, what's happening here, usually if you see the red line is lifting up, indicating they are taking out stablecoins from centralized exchanges, means they sold, for example, bitcoins, altcoins, and taking out. While when we see, for example, here the green one, indicating they are sending stablecoins to centralized exchanges. We have here, let me see, yeah, that's big. I mean, 200 millions here, and we are talking about here 350 millions. But honestly, we have also here 200 millions in outflow. So usually that correlates very well, and the net flow in stablecoins should be neutral. The problem is coming here. They are selling, distributing, taking out stablecoins, but no stablecoins are coming in anymore. So that's the big question. If bulls are out of liquidity, in such case, the price will dump very hard. So it will correlate a little bit with my scenario of a nuke, not a dump. For me, a dump is, for example, the price, goes down, not really extremely sharp, not with a big pace, not like May, April, like last year, for example, or what we have seen in June. That's for me nuke. Dump is something that goes down for $300, for example, bounce a little bit, creates a dead cat bounce, and goes down a little bit more, and so on and so forth. Nuke is you take a stone at the fourth floor, you let the stone, and the stone just will go directly straight to the downside. And that's what I would expect on Bitcoin. That's it. So it's really hardcore what's happening at the moment. I'm not really struggling with the Bitcoin price because it's not new, but with everything collateral effects that's happening to centralized exchanges like maybe Coinbase FTX, for example, doesn't look great. However, we still have bigger inflows, but not that huge. I mean, we can't compare that with November or even January, February, and so on and so forth, but it's big. It's really big what's coming. At the same time, we are also seeing here bigger outflows. It shows here 25,000 Bitcoins outflows. I couldn't verify. The problem here is last time CryptoQuant also reported 40,000 Bitcoins outflow, and it was an internal operation. Those 40,000 is still illustrated than valid outflows, but unfortunately it's not right. I can't at the moment verify the 25k. I can't. I really can't. However, it would make sense because all these Bitcoins have to go somewhere. So if they started to distribute, someone has to take them out. So maybe someone big bought those 25,000 Bitcoins. If someone sells, someone has to buy. Nobody knows exactly who is behind. Yeah, so that's it at the moment from here. Let us go forward. Well, related to future market, we can see that finally the funding rate, of course, with the price went down very hard, and now while the price is still going down, the funding rate is recovering very quick, indicating they are demanding a lot of longs right now. I don't know why. I think that's, you know, what I have mentioned many times. People will feel comfortable at 21k, people will feel comfortable at 19k, and they will surprise them. I think that's going to happen like it happened just before with the shorts. So at the same time, open interest, so that's the funding rate, open interest almost doing the same with the leverage ratio. So both reaching its floor at the moment, not lifting up, indicating not bigger volume coming in. It seems retailers are longing at the moment. If we check, for example, here we have a big, really, well, I mean, it's not huge, but at least some bigger volume related to Bitcoin and derivatives coming in. Related to stablecoins, not really. It looks really, yeah, a nice mid average, but nothing big. Here we have 5,000 Bitcoins and another 3,000, another 4,500, another 3,000 inflows. Usually they want to use them as a collateral for futures, but also here, for example, 6,000 Bitcoins outflow. So here at the moment, not indicating anything, at least anything where I would say we need to be extremely careful. If we go forward, we will see that nothing has happened. I mean, they liquidated yesterday almost 1,100 Bitcoins, but you know, as mentioned, I mean, that's what they did just also here before, right? I mean, they liquidated a lot of shorts just before 3,300 here and so on and so forth. When it cleaned up, or here 5,000, then they pushed hard to the downside and they liquidated it once 5,500 Bitcoins. Oh, no, sorry. Here. Oh, come on. 13,000 Bitcoins. So yeah, we need to be extremely careful here. However, also here, leverage ratio is declining even more. Funding rate lifting up, open interest following leverage ratio also declining, also indicating that you know, less money involved in the future market at the moment, while they are constantly demanding more longs than shorts. And that's also something I have tweeted just 2 or 3 days before that they reach a new record in longs demand. And as soon as they push hard to the downside, for me it's clear it's going to be a big cascade. So let us go forward. As mentioned just before, funding rate, that's on Binance. V-shape indicating they flip very quick from shorts to longs, and open interest leverage ratio right now following. If we take a look on blockchain whispers, we have a long short ratio that's absolutely not healthy, indicating 73 to 27. Once again, on Ethereum looks better. However, that's exaggerated in my opinion. It's absolutely, I don't know why people are doing it, but okay, try it if you think. So let us go forward and check the Kingfisher, what's happening there. I hope I still have some credits. Yeah, I have some credits. And let us check what's happening here. So, well, nothing big changed since yesterday, at least from the structure. That's Binance with less liquidation volume. And I mean, they need to go up to 20,700 to liquidate this short liquidation cluster, something I don't think it's going to happen. And 18K to liquidate this one, that's bigger even than this one, but you know, it's in the middle. So they need to push hard, very, very hard to the downside if they want to liquidate the 18K, or push very hard to the upside to 20,800, for example, to liquidate this one. Both, in my opinion, not part of any kind of, yeah, how I should say, I wouldn't adapt my trade strategy to that, to be honest. So let us see. Yeah, it looks very similar on FTX. Also here, reduce the volume of liquidations, 25 million indicating here. So yeah, it's not very attractive to go up to 20,800 at the moment, because we have even more in a closer range of 19K, for example. It will make sense more to go to the downside than to the upside. I think the price will follow it, and while the centralized exchange is bleeding, it would make sense. Okay, that's it. Let us go forward. Okay, folks, that's crazy, because I received just the information right now, and it's official. FTX, it seems, is in preparation. It has liquidity issues, so it was real, and Sam Bankman is announcing that it seems Binance is going to take over FTX. Wow. Just wow. Well played, Sam, because you don't need to escape from the police like others. But yes, what should I say? So crazy, really crazy, and I'm a little bit speechless right now, to be honest, because you see how you can't trust any of them. Not CSAT, not Sam, not any one of them, but a little bit what I said also in the past, that Sam did also mismanagement, too aggressive, trying to spend a lot of money in ads and so on and so forth. And I don't trust Binance at all. My personal opinion, I don't try them. I know the insurance funds issue last year, for example, in April and May, where they got liquidity problems and they didn't say that. But, well, however, it is what it is. And a huge thank you to CZ Binance and all of our supporters. That's a user-centric development that benefits the entire industry. That's a big fault, to be honest. That's a big fault. You lost the fight against the big one. And that's what it is, because you did a lot of wrong decisions, in my opinion. And once again, it's exactly what we have seen in the .com bubble. The only difference is that Binance has, I don't know how they are doing it. I can imagine who is behind, but I'm not going to say that here in public. But yeah, Binance has a lot of capital. And that was not the same case last year. It wasn't. However, thank you very much, Sam, for all your time and for your duty. That's it. Okay, then let us go forward and check what's happening here. These guys, wow, pushing hard. Why, I can't tell you that, why they are pushing that hard right now, but they are pushing very hard right now. So what, in my opinion, they are doing is, as mentioned just before, push up very hard, liquidate shorts once again. That's the cash cow at the moment. And in my opinion, it's obvious what will happen next. So let them play and play safe. Don't go all in as usual. I need to play safe as well. So it's the best thing you can do at the moment, to be honest. And we need to see how the whole game is going to end. If they did now, they are generating a lot of FOMO because Binance is taking over FTX or whatever. What kind of narrative they are going to use, nobody knows. We will see that. So, but at the moment, you can see that FTX was here relatively, early, just to go against the trend, while everyone, the aggregated spot indicating we went down, these guys went up. And you know, that's something we need to see how it's going to play out. Let us check what Binance did. For example, if we check here, Binance were on the distribution part, indicating here they sold a lot, so generating the trend at the moment. If we check, for example, here, by the way, I have checked SPY, SPX are right now reaching its, in my opinion, local top. From here we should go down, and now we need to see how, for example, Binance, how Bitcoin will react to that. Here, Bitfinex indicating not doing anything, absolutely not anything, not using the opportunity to push up, for example. And the only one is Coinbase. After we reached the level of 19,500, you can see what they are doing. So they started to push up with the CBD, just buying 1,600 Bitcoins. It's not big. In my opinion, that's just going to end in a double bottom with liquidating a lot of shorts, and we will go down once again. That's it. I don't think we will fly from here. Absolutely not, because we have received a lot of Bitcoins on centralized exchanges. Also, as mentioned here, for example, if we check, we see that more Bitcoins are coming in. We had this one big outflow, what I have indicated today when we started to analyze the market, but everything still looks extremely bearish. So in any case, I don't trust this FOMO I will kill as much shorts as I can. Move that they are making right now. So if we take a look, for example, now here we can see retailers lifting up, so buying more. This guy's here lifting up, buying more. This guy's here lifted up, both more. Right now declining. This guy's here not doing anything. Market maker entities declining more its balances and centralized exchanges after they declined a little bit, lifting up once again, indicating more bitcoins coming in on centralized exchanges. If you think that's bullish, go and long it. Now at 20,600. I personally, I'm just hedging because I still have my short open. I'm not going to close it just to bring more funds to it, but market maker entities are for me absolutely the key. These guys wants to push down, and I don't know if Binance is pushing up now or what they are doing. I don't care, to be honest. That's it. You can see also here, for example, market maker, we're sending more funds. Let us check, for example, what's happening here. If we can see something. Yeah, not big at all. So almost 800 Bitcoin, so nothing big. Also, of course, while the price declined, we can see that Bitcoin reserves on centralized exchanges are declining. That's good, because it was lifting up very hard. And if we take a look, okay, activity declining. And one thing, for example, miners are sending once again bitcoins to centralized exchanges. So they are waking up right now. And that's it. Let us go forward. So what we see right now here related to Coinbase, as mentioned, they started to buy. They started to buy actually here, just like everything was well prepared with the double bottom and then go up once again. While, we have here nothing big, but at least here at 22,500 and so on and so forth. In my opinion, we are not going to go to 20,500. We went even much higher than expected. I was expecting 20,300 maybe, but we are right now, we retested 22,600. We are here close to our POC here, 20,800. We will see how they react. It's once again a game against retailers, I guess. That's pure. I mean, we are using exchanges, we are paying exchanges to use their service, and they use us to liquidate our positions. That's how crypto works, at the moment at least. It's really sad to see that, to be honest. It's really sad, but it's part of the game. I mean, we know how Bitcoin or the crypto market works, and that was really obvious. I mean, look that was a classic double bottom and then go up. Now they, in my opinion, they will have some problems now to cross that area here. I don't think it's going to happen. I would expect to go down to retest at least that area here, and then we need to see if they make this here. We will go down once again, and nobody will care about this FOMO pump just to liquidate all the shorts. However, we still have here, we are here, for example, on Coinbase, and Coinbase, for example, they add some liquidity at a level of 14K. Nobody knows exactly why, and they are still there, and that's something we need to see. Deribit, let us check what Deribit is doing. Also on Deribit, look how big this candle is, indicating 85 million purchased, volume 69 sold. So they are also distributing, still distributing. Also here, they triggered all these sell orders, and at the same time they removed here buy orders at the moment. So it seems they want to let the price go up. That's perpetual. Now we go to Bitstamp spot, for example, also here extremely big, indicating 800 bitcoins purchased, 450 sold. Also here, for example, they reinforced all that area. And well, if they mean they need to do that just to go afterwards down again, I'm fine with that. Absolutely. We can make money on both ways. So let us go forward and check what's happening here. For example, on Binance, it looks a little bit different, because we have here right now two areas. We have this area here with a lot of sell orders, and we have this area here with a lot of liquidity. So what the price is doing is it had here a little bit of space and they are using it. That's everything. So let me check if something changed here. Not really, not since yesterday. No, absolutely not. But as you can see, here's the POC. That's what it retested. We retested the main POC here at 19,196, and that's it. We will see what's going to happen next. In my opinion, it will take a little bit, maybe one last leg, maybe again to 20,800. Maintain that level to collect more longs and then go down once again. Bitfinex spot. Bitfinex spot also here triggered a lot. Then they were waiting at 19K. Once again, double bottom, went up, while every single one was pushing up and buying a lot. Bitfinex was selling. I will, think about it. Look that. Do you see something? No liquidity here. A lot of sell orders here. A lot of sell orders. So Bitfinex extremely bearish. Extremely bearish. FTX perp or Binance 2.0. Here as well, just for example, also indicating they were longing while shorting all the time. So it's indicating it's just a FOMO pump that it's not going to bring us, it's not going to help us at any moment. So they shifted even the walls now to the downside a little bit, so we need to see, but it's a huge volume, but they are failing in my opinion. So here nothing changed since yesterday. Everything maintains at that level. OKEX spot, nothing. Kraken, also nothing. Also purchased, wow, 1050 bitcoins versus they purchased 1050 bitcoins versus 450 bitcoins they sold. So also here they were distributing, and now the push up looks like a fake rally to me. Just, what I mentioned now many times, to liquidate late shorts. And BitMEX, also BitMEX, for example, not that big, just a gap of 10 million, so no big at all. Binance futures. Binance futures waiting here to short at 21K. Why they removed these walls here, but also here you can see they were waiting at 18.8 to long, for example, and we have here a gap of almost 9,500 bitcoins, while they were also here shorting all the time, even here, and they started. So it looks like a trap, a bull trap to me, to be honest. That's how it looks like. So maintaining here, it will go up a little bit, maybe trigger all these shorts and then go down. Then but 21k, something I wasn't expecting at all. So Bitfinex derivatives not doing anything. The only thing did something different than the spot. Kraken futures. On Kraken they were bullish. OKEX futures not doing anything, and FTX spot or the new Binance, we will see. So also here, not happening anything, not happening. They remove liquidity, for example, a lot of liquidity. The question is, I mean, we know why, right? I mean, we know that FTX had liquidity problems, so it makes sense, for example, that they removed here liquidity. Doesn't mean they were expecting this pump, for example. That's something it's really hard now to say if they just removed these walls because they needed the money or whatever. That's something nobody can say right now. So yeah, that's it.